Welcome back to the TCD YouTube channel. This is day 65 in the conflict between Hamas and Israel. The IDF is deeply involved in intense battles with Hamas in the Gaza Strip. In the past 24 hours, strategic corridors have been successfully established in the southern part of Gaza, effectively separating Hamas terrorists from each other. The investigation into the circumstances surrounding the deaths of IDF surveillance soldiers at the Nahal Oz base on October 7th has revealed that the cause of death was exposure to a toxic gas, leading to suffocation and loss of consciousness within minutes. The primary findings of the inquiry suggest that an unspecified but toxic flammable substance was thrown into the entrance of the building housing the surveillance soldiers' command center. Efforts to extinguish the flames by a soldier at the entrance proved unsuccessful, allowing the fire to spread. As the fire expanded, smoke infiltrated the surveillance soldiers' command center, where 22 individuals, including many surveillance soldiers, were taking refuge. In an attempt to block the smoke, soldiers used water-soaked paper towels under the door, but the gas's effects persisted. Soldiers described a chaotic scene where they felt they were stepping on others, attempting to assist and call out to them. Their focus was on survival, grappling with the challenge of finding an escape route. Upon reaching the emergency exit, the soldiers discovered the door ablaze, making it impossible to open or approach. Those still capable continued their search for an exit, eventually reaching the bathrooms where a small window provided a way out. An officer climbed to the window, breaking it, enabling him, 5 other officers, and 1 surveillance soldier to escape the hazardous situation. Despite Hamas claiming victory and refusing a second ceasefire for hostage release, these statements are deemed false. Hamas officials are spreading these messages on a Kasala-affiliated network. The IDF's actions not only isolate Hamas members, but also disrupt communication routes between terrorists and their leaders, including Yisin and Mohammed. As a result, the leadership of Hamas has lost control over activities on the ground. In the eastern part of Khanun, Hamas conducted an attack from the Salak al-Adin road using RPGs and other munitions. However, the IDF's communication remains intact, allowing them to intercept and neutralize the terrorists. Extreme methods, such as attaching explosive devices to tanks, are being employed by terrorists, but these efforts are currently only damaging the tanks. In a southern Gaza Strip operation, IDF forces, supported by the Israeli Air Force, neutralized Hamas terrorists located in a command station within a populated area. Unmanned aerial vehicles identified an entry point to an underground Hamas tunnel. The IDF responded by launching a bunker buster missile, revealing a significant tunnel network where 10 Hamas officials were reportedly neutralized. Moving to the northern part of Gaza, forces uncovered large amounts of ammunition, including rifles, AK-47s, grenades, and explosives stored in civilian buildings by Hamas for prolonged conflict against the IDF. Operations are ongoing to identify and arrest Palestinian terror elements. In the battle against Kasala, an Iranian proxy controlling Lebanon, tensions are rising. Israel's defense minister, Yoav Gallant, warned any forces within a 3-kilometer radius of the Israeli border would be considered enemies. Kasala continues its provocations, opening fire towards communities and IDF locations on the northern border. The IDF retaliates by targeting Kasala's positions on the Lebanese side. Amid these developments, the Houthi rebels in Yemen launched a ballistic missile, hitting a Norwegian naval vessel. The vessel, named Stringa, was reportedly heading towards Israel, but refused to respond to warnings. The Houthi spokesperson claimed responsibility, alleging the ship planned to port in Israel. These events underline the broader context of Iran's involvement in regional conflicts, using proxies like the Houthi rebels to impact sea routes and weaken the economic ecosystem of the West. The interconnected nature of these conflicts emphasizes the need for unity against radical ideologies seeking to disrupt daily lives. Thank you for joining us on the TCD YouTube channel. Stay informed by subscribing, and we'll continue monitoring the situation in the region.